Narada Bhakti Sutra. We'll be repeating the sutras from sutra number 1 till time we have done. Sutra number 1. Pathato bhaktim bhakhyashamah.
अथातो भक्तिं व्याख्यातामः
Pathato bhaktim bhakhyashamah. Sadhu asmin parama prema rupa.
परम प्रेम रूप
Amruta swarupacha.
अमृत स्वरूपाच
Amruta swarupacha.
अमृत स्वरूपाच
Yat labdhva puman siddho bhavati.
यद्लब्ध्वा पुमान् सिद्धो भवति
Amruto bhavati.
अमृतो
Trupto bhavati.
तृप्तो भवति
Yat labdhva puman siddho bhavati.
यद्लब्ध्वा पुमान् भवति
Amruto bhavati.
अमृतो भवति
Trupto bhavati. Yat prapya na kinchit vanchati. Na sochati.
न शोचति
Na dvesti.
न द्वेष्टि
Na ramate. Na uchchahi bhavati. Yat prapya na kinchit vanchati. Na sochati. Na dvesti. Na ramate. Na uchchahi bhavati. 6. Yad jnatva matto bhavati. Stabdho bhavati. Atmaramo bhavati. Yad jnatva matto bhavati. Stabdho bhavati. Atmaramo bhavati. Hari Om. Welcome to this session of Narada Bhakti Sutra. So from our Advaita Vedanta to Bhakti, it's a transition. Some may think it is different, but as you learn this Bhakti Shastra, you will come to know there is no difference. The ultimate is the same. Naraji, in the second sutra, he says, what is Bhakti? The devotion is Sadhu Asmin Parama Prema Rupa. You can remember this beautiful statement. Sadhu Asmin Parama Prema Rupa. Parama Prema. So this devotion to Lord is the nature of supreme devotion. Supreme devotion, that is the highlight. The devotion indeed is the nature of supreme love to God. It has to be directed towards God. And in the second sutra, he adds one more Visheshana. Amruta Swarupacha. And that devotion is also the nature of immortality. In the second sutra, he said, the supreme love for the Lord is called divine, that supreme divine love. But here he says it is the nature of immortality. What does it mean, immortality? That means it is not time bound. There is no stoppage. There is no end to it. So, immortality means the whatever you are meaning immortal, like you are aspiring to be immortal. That means it never ending. You will remain ever alive. Same way, love will be ever alive in your heart. So, how can this love remain ever? So, in the Sutra, Swamiji explains that if your love is directed towards something which is changing all the time, then that love will change. It will come and go, because you are attaching yourself to something ever changing, the world. So whatever you are attaching, then it will also change. The love also will change. But if you attach your love to the Paramatma, who is all the time present, who himself is immortal, then the love will become immortal, because you are holding on to that. So that is called immortal love, because you are holding on to Bhagavan, who is immortal. In the fourth sutra, he says, Yat labdva puman siddho bhavati and amruto bhavati, trupto bhavati. So in the fourth sutra, he is giving the result, phala prapti. Having gained this supreme devotion, the devotee attains siddha. Siddha means perfection. And amruta, immortality. And trupto bhavati. This what to watch. Trupto means satisfaction. He is extremely satisfied. How does it happen? Because he has attained that supreme love. It's very clear that the person who has attained that supreme love, the love for the Bhagavan, the divine love, he feels himself complete. He's perfect. He's siddha. Because whatever he desired, he has already gained. In comparison to the worldly love, the divine love makes you full, perfect, complete. And the divine love always rises, whereas the worldly love falls. You fall in love in this world, but you rise in love with the Lord. So, we have enough examples of how the love even gets you things which is beyond your comprehension. Bhagavan himself has said, Name Bhakta Pranishyate. My Bhakta, devotee, never will perish. Never perish means Amruta. That is that Parama Prema Bhakti. And he becomes Trupto. Trupto is what? Contented, satisfied. It is full. He doesn't need anything more. Okay. Now we come to the next I'm just giving the synopsis of whatever we have studied so far. Very beautifully it is scripted. Very words are chosen with precision. Now he says, Yat prapya na kinchit vanchati, na sochati, na dveshti, na ramate, na chai bhavati. Yat prapya. Yat prapya means what? Having attained that. Having attained what? That's supreme devotion. Nothing less. See, just the text or the sutras are cryptic. They'll give you very less words, precise. So they don't want to write, the supreme devotion. They want to write yat. Yat means you should understand that is the supreme devotion. Yat prapya. Having attained that supreme devotion, kinchit means very little. No kinchit vanchati. He doesn't desire a little thing also. Not even little thing, Small things also. He said, everything I have got. Why do I need anything? Now, kinchit vanchati. Vanchati means he doesn't desire. Not sochati. Sochati means grieving. Not thought. This sochati is not thought. Sochati means grieving. That means he's feeling bad. I did this, I did that, he's feeling sad. Not like that. He's always happy. Not dveshti. Dveshti means dvesh, raga dvesh. Dvesh means enmity, division. So there is no enmity with anybody. He's good with everything. Then he said, no ramate. Ramate means rejoicing, Raman karta. He doesn't rejoice also. There is no dveshti, no ramate, no uchchai bhavati. Uchchai means enthusiasm. उसका उत्साह नहीं है. It's not very enthusiastic through the उसका और कुछ interest नहीं है. So this means it's a little tricky. This sutra is tricky because it puts you off. Having attained this supreme devotion, he doesn't even desire a little thing. He never grieves. He never hates. He doesn't delight in anything, and he finds no urge or enthusiasm to the sense objects of the world. See, you have to add here. No uchchai means no uchcha for the objects of the world. Not that he doesn't have no uchcha for Bhagavad Prema. He has all the time for devotion to the Lord, to do worship, to that bhakti. But he doesn't have time or enthusiasm for, uchcha for the sense subjects of the world. So this, when somebody, without getting into the bhakti, if somebody tries to see this, will say that there is no rasa, there is nothing, you cannot enjoy that. What is this? But bhakti is supposed to be, you dance with joy. So this is a stony thing. It's there is no there is no hate, there is no delight. How can a devotee become this nature? As I told you, see, this is a mental case. Everything remains the same. It is only how you perceive it. Suppose there is a diamond on the table. A person who is, interested in material things, obviously jump for it. But person who is not interested in what diamond will take is another block of coal. So there is no ucha. So here ucha means desire for obtaining the objects of the world, the sense objects of the world. The objects remaining the same. Some people, after getting it, they'll be very happy. Other people will show indifference. If it comes, it's okay. If it doesn't come, it's okay. Not that they'll throw away. So that's why a devotee, who is trutha, is contented, he is satisfied, he will not look to have something more. So that's why he said, na kinchit vanshati. With the love of the Lord, he is fully inundated with that sense of happiness. Why he will cry for little bit of things of the world? And whatever happens in the past, he will not grieve for it. Whatever will happen to the future, he will not crave for it. Whatever is happening in this world now, in the present, relationship with others, he will not have any negative feelings. No satruta, no dvesti, no enmity, no ramate. No ramate means he will not rejoice. Actually, this means what? He will not be overjoyous. Some people become very, very, exclude so much happiness which is not proportionate to the things they get. If he is getting something, some love, so he will be happy, but he will not go overboard with it. No ramate, no chai bhavati. When your heart is full with love, heart is full with ananda, you are trupta, you are ananda, content. When your heart is full, your stomach is also full. You are not looking for anything, small things. When you are satisfied with things, when you are very happy, you will not look for some comments from others. Hey, you have done well, you are doing this. No, you don't need, because you are happy from within. If you are contented yourself, will you long for something more? No. Suppose in the childhood you are rejoicing with toys. Everybody plays with toys. But will you go when you go to a toy shop now, unless you are buying for your grandchildren? So if you are going to a toy shop now, will you go and look for this is a car here, there's a bicycle or a aeroplane, I'll take this. Huh? You will not go berserk. You will have no enthusiasm to buy because you have no desire to purchase it for yourself. Because you are content with the need for any toys. So your enthusiasm is not present because you are content. This contentment is not dullness. It's not that you are dull person. You don't need anything. You are not showing your happiness or content. Your ucha. You are not dull because you are content. So you are not showing any desires to obtain anything. So a person who has attained this supreme devotion, and you don't think that this is something to some object. It is the relationship, it is the mental exchange of ideas or mental tuning with the Lord. That is what the devotion is. When one attains that devotion with the Supreme Lord, first everything you come back to Supreme Lord, because Parama Prema Rupa. In the beginning itself is Parama Prema Rupa. Parama Prema. Unless, so all this, the love for the worldly objects, you should not take here. In these sutras, you should not say that Yat Prapya means worldly love. My love for the dog, or my love for my son also. This is not Parama Prema. So this, whatever you're talking here, is applicable only to that supreme devotion, not worldly devotion. So obtaining that supreme devotion, na kinchit vanchati. It's a very key word. In the whole Shastra here, desire. Desire is for the love, not for the objects of the world. A person who is already immersed in love to the God, he has no more desires of anything else. Normally, a person walks around in the world, he has many desires. From the childhood itself, we drill into the head of the child. You buy the toy, you buy some chocolate, then you have to go to school, you have to study, and you'll become big man, you'll earn so much of money. All these sanskaras are, packed into the head of the child. A child who is innocent, he becomes worldly child. He becomes worldly, very intelligent, and he looks for something else and something else. When he's a child, he looks for a toy. When he's a young man, he looks for the opposite sex. Then he looks for a job, he looks for money, he looks for bangla, body, all that, The needs, the wants, the desires keep rising. He acquires the objects, he makes the relationships, and he tries to maintain the relationships. Because that is my friend's birthday party, I'll go. That is my relatives, say 50th anniversary, I'll go. Because that relationship maintaining gives me happiness. I become happy by going to a party. Not only going, maybe rejoicing in drinks or in food or in the company of other people, you like it. So these are all desires. These desires give you happiness. You are looking for happiness in the objects of the world, in the people of the world, in relationships, in situations which is conducive to give you happiness. If he gets the objects what he desires, he becomes very enthusiastic. Before getting also, he's very, I'll do this, I'll get money from here and or I'll take a bank loan, I'll buy this car. He's enthusiastic, he's utsahi to buy a, say, BMW. If you have an Innova, you'll buy a BMW or a Mercedes. Every time you'll raise his goal to a higher level. That is what enthusiasm for objects of the world. Every time you'll do a little more. One loan is finished, another loan. Okay. That is the utsaha. That is the enthusiasm. This utsaha is directly proportional to the intensity of your desires. Anyway, I want this. If I want this, then that intensity intensity of the desires determines the enthusiasm that you have for the object of the world. And also how much value you give to that object of desire. Suppose some people like to collect pens, different types of pens people collect. They give value to the pen, and wherever they get pens, and they go to the pen repair shop also. Pen repair shop, they repair and keep it all writing, they give value to that. So they desire it, they are getting it, they are happy. So I know some people who are collecting matchboxes. In this, the Japanese matchboxes and getting from somewhere else, all the matchboxes, because they are putting the head that matchboxes makes me happy. But after some time, that desire goes away. That no more matchboxes. Some people collect the, pura cupboard of drinks, different varieties of drinks. They're happy with the drinks. They'll show off. If the friends come, they'll show off. I have this brand, that brand, So that how much value you are giving to the object of the world, how much intensity of your desire is there, that will determine the utsaha, the enthusiasm of that desire. So that's why when this sutra says, na utsahi bhavati, that enthusiasm is not there, because he has already with the Lord, with this devotion. After that, he has no more desire to obtain anything, gain anything. And other side also, you see, I told you only the positive side. If you get something, you will be happy. It can happen the other way also. If you attach a lot of value to some object to obtain it, then you will go through also tense moments. You will be nervous. You will be enthusiastic. But paisa aaya nahi. Or I have to work hard. EMI has to go. Sometimes there is no money in the bank, you have to take a credit card also. So, object is important for me. To that extent, I will become enthusiastic. But if the object is not important to me, why I will become enthusiastic about obtaining the world, these objects of the world? So, you have two situations. Either you get it or you don't get it. If you attain, then you revel. You become very happy. That object, what you're desiring, if you attain it, you get it, you become very, very happy. Because what I wanted, BMW, it has come. Beautiful, silver color BMW. I'm very happy. I'll show off to all my friends. I'll drive it only because my friends will appreciate it. Because friends will appreciate, they will love it. I am driving a BMW. It is not that because I like. So, if you attain that object of desire that you love or you good value in it, that gives you happiness. So that ramate, rejoice. But that rejoice is again because of acquisition of worldly objects. But the other side, you see, suppose you can't get that object. You don't have enough money, just you could not make that. So you cannot get. Then you will think, hey, what happened? What went wrong? Why the bank did not give loan? Why I could not go there? I should have saved a little more earlier. All these thoughts will come. So you will think and you will grieve for it. I mean, you will be so upset that he will be grieving for it. That is a source of misery for him. So both the misery and the happiness, they are both sides of the same coin. You get it, you are happy. You don't get it, you are unhappy. Simple things. The same source of the object becomes dvesa for you. Dvesa means I don't like it or I did not have it. It's like they say, no, grapes are sour. If you can't get the grape, then it is sour. So that same source of happiness is also becomes a source of rejection. Same girl, you date for a long time, then you get married, and within a few months you cannot get along because she doesn't meet your expectation. What you wanted, she doesn't do. She wants you to support her family, to engage his brother, her brother. All these things go on. Or your mother-in-law said something, so she doesn't like it. So then they separate, divorce, with a lot of acrimony. But at the same time, another person comes and marries the same. The girl remains the same. One person is fighting divorce in the court, other person getting engaged to marry. Girls remaining the same. So it is not the object that is giving us the pleasure. It is your own mental makeup. How are you relating to the girl? So these are the things we go through when you are pursuing worldly objects, worldly love. We wanted badly, we wanted something. You go through all emotions and you may be able to fulfill your desires, you may not be able to fulfill your desires. And you think that will give me happiness, and that happiness will give me love. That happiness of the worldly objects, that love that you think that worldly objects will give me, that is very uncertain. You will have a lot of repercussions. You will have a lot of problems on the way, because that beginners will be there. There will be obstacles on the way. So you will have desires, grieving or enmity, rejoicing, enthusiasm. All these things are associated with worldly love. With love with the worldly things, the desires of the worldly objects. So this happens to people who are engaged in transitory worldly love. Transitory because it is not eternal. It will come and go. But whereas we are discussing what? Divine love, love for the Lord, Amruta Prema Swarupa, Parama Prema Rupa. These are so beautiful terms. Amruta Prema Swarupa, Parama Prema Rupa. Love to the Supreme Lord. This is what we are discussing. We are not discussing that worldly love to the cat or dog. That is also good. But that cannot be Amrita. That cannot be Parama Prema. Therefore, here in this sutra, he has added all no. No means no. No kinchit vanchati, no sochati, no dvesti, no ramate, no utshai bhavati. Everywhere, no. Because it is not the worldly love that he is looking at. He is looking at the Parama Prema. So he will not have any desires. He will not grieve for it. He will not become too happy with it. He will not become too enthusiastic about it. All these things are no, no, no. Big no. All put together in the bracket is big no. Because his focus is somewhere else. His focus is on the Supreme Lord, on the love for the Lord. The worldly love always changes. Like the world itself. Sansariti iti sansara. खिंचते खिंचते जाता है. Sansara never stays at one place. It's not fixed. It goes on, moves with the time. Same way, all the people also go, all the objects also go. In Kathopanishad, he said, Satyam eva jayati. Like in the seasons come, one season of, so you must have seen the paddy field or the game field, you know. One season got beautiful Sasya. Then after few days, it is not there. Then another season will come, another crop will come up. In few days later, that is also not there. It comes and goes. It comes and goes. Like that, the Sasya also, we are also same way. In this Sansara, we are also one batch of, say, all in the 50s or 60s, they come together, grow up in the schools and colleges, and they do the jobs, and then after the old age and all that, they go away. You'll find slowly, your friends and relatives, they are leaving the world. It is also sasyameva jayati. Like the paddy field, you see that the crop is being harvested and go away. Same way, the people also are harvested. Yamaraj takes in the away. Another batch will come. The next generation comes. So, same way, this is temporary. All that we see in this world is temporary. So, how can we expect that this worldly love will remain permanent? Because there previously we said Amruta Swarupacha. The Swarupa, that means it's a own self, is Amruta. But if you want permanent things, you have to attach to the permanent. The Lord is Amrita Swarupa. If you want to rest, suppose you are tired and you want to rest. So you should rest or take a nap, not at a place which is moving. You know, you can't sleep in a bus or a train because it's always moving. So you want a place which is steady like a bed, and then you will go to sleep. If you sleep in a bus, obviously it will fall up and down, then you cannot sleep nice. So, same way, if you want the love in the world, it will like the sleeping in the bus. If you want permanent love, then that love with the Lord, divine love, then you have to attach yourself to Him only. So that's how some people have mastered that technique. Master the technique of divine love. So they can relax with the love of the Lord. Whereas others try to take rest in this world with the objects and the people of the world, they cannot get permanent rest. They'll be again jerked into something else, something will go wrong, they'll come up again, they face the world, all that will go on. Whereas a person who is attached to the Lord with the divine love, he will not get that weakness. And mind you, Bhagavan himself considers a person, a bhakta, very dear to him. And he considers a person who is not having these extreme emotions. These emotions, he said, huh? Na kichit banchati, na sochati, na dvesti, all these are extreme things. So a person who has mastered these emotions, Bhagavan loves him. In Bhagavad Gita, chapter 12 is the Bhakti Yoga. Chapter 12, 17 number shloka, he says, Yona rishyati na dvesti, na sochati na kankshati, subha subha parityagi, bhaktiman yasa me priya. Not yo, that person who doesn't rejoice, doesn't fret, doesn't lament, doesn't hanker, who gives up good and bad. Subha asubha parityagi. He gives up the good things and bad. Punya papa, both he gives up. Bhaktiman ya same priya. That Bhaktiman, that person is filled with the devotion and he is very dear to me. So he says what? Yona rishyati na dvesti. Same thing he is telling. But it is in the sutra. Dvesti. Dvesti came in the sutra, no? No dvesti. Yeah, no dvesti. No sochati, no kankshati. Huh? So that Bhagavad Gita and this sutra also, they go hand in hand. It is nothing different. Don't think that our Vedanta and Bhakti is something different. A true devotee, we are talking of devotion and devotion. A true devotee's heart melts to become one with the Lord. That is what is the devotion is. After that, there cannot be any more joy or sorrow or any desire or any dvesti, nothing. There will be no anxiety, there is no fear. I'll get it or not, I'll achieve that or not. And there will be no enchantment, there is no joy to gain something, to attain something, to obtain something, objects of the world. There will be no joy anymore left because he has already attained that Supreme Lord. But mind you, while he is joyful, while he is in devotion, while he is the bhakta, his mind is always full of joy. He is not expressing to that extent that dancing with it. But the mind of the devotee is joyously and jealously occupied with the love. Jealously, because he doesn't want to share his love with anybody else. He jealously saying, my Lord, I am devoted to him. That in that love, there is no space for anything else. Means what? He is so single-pointed devotion to the Lord that he doesn't want to add one object to love. He doesn't want to buy a thing and put there in front of Lord Bhagavan, I have got this for you. No, Bhagavan himself is with him. Why he wants to get objects of the world or people of the world? No, it doesn't need. So this sutra is telling us that this extreme emotional outbursts are not necessary. Love is pure, supreme, and immortal for the Lord only, not for the objects of the world, not for people of the world. It's for the Lord. Yat prapya na kinchit banchati, na sochati, na dvesti, na ramate, na uchchahi bhavati. Okay, with this we conclude this Sutra number 5. Next sutra is sutra number 6. Yeah. Yad gyantva matto bhavati stabdo bhavati atmaramo bhavati. Yad gyantva means having known that. That means what? That stands for the true devotion to the Lord. Yad gyantva. Having known that devotion to the Lord. Once a person knows what is devotion, what he realizes the devotion, then what happens to him? Matto bhavati. In the previous sutra, he is saying no, negative. But here it is all positive. What he becomes, what happens to him? Matto bhavati, stabdo bhavati, atmaramo bhavati. Matta means he was mad. Matta means mad, intoxicated. Stabdha. Stabdha means stunned, silent, peaceful. And stabdha bhavati, atmaramo bhavati. He becomes one with the, united with the self. Having known that supreme devotion, the man becomes intoxicated, silent, and enjoys in the self only. How does it happen? So here, there is no more worldly love. It's all divine love. This divine love, what is the effect on the man, on the person, man or woman, on the person? What is the effect on the person who is already engaged in the divine? On him, on the person himself. He becomes, it's like that person who has developed the infinite love for Lord, the person who has been intoxicated is either mad with love for Bhagavan, he becomes silent. Jada, when he becomes fully, we have seen people who, some people, drink and drink, they become a lot of drinks they take. Some people will become noise, like a madman, they'll shout here and there, which you cannot understand. But some people become stunned, they become silent. So these are the two attributes of people who are drunk. So here he is telling same thing. The person who is mad with love, with the Bhagavan, he is intoxicated, like the drinks. You must have seen how people dance around, how people talk, how people converse with the Lord. See, the people who are really in love, they directly talk to the Lord. They talk to the Lord, Bhagavan, why did you do this? And they relate to the Lord as if they are talking to another person. And you will think, I had gone to Puri, one old lady, she was talking to Bhagavan Jagannath Ji there, we did a puja, and she was talking to him as if he's talking to her son or daughter. I had gone there, I talked to him, and I had got this prasad here, I had given to you, but you did not like it, and you gave me back. All that, blabbering. But she is actually conversing with the Lord, which we cannot understand. So that's why they say he's mad. Matta bhavati means he's mad. Really, it's not mad. What is the difference between a mad person and a senile person, or a person who is awake? See, the people who say that they are all worldly, intelligent persons, all their thoughts, whatever they think, that doesn't come out. They don't talk outside. Everything they keep in the head. But the mad person, whatever he's thinking, he's talking out. Suppose whatever your thought is coming to your mind, if you talk it outside, you just express yourself. You say, whatever thoughts are coming in your mind. If you express, people will say you are mad, or they will put you in jail. Because so different thoughts come, so unusual thoughts, so devastating thoughts come to mind that if you express it, then you will be behind bars. You are a mad person. But an actual mad person, whatever it comes to mind, he comes out. Then people think that he is mad. It may be true also. But person with a divine love, he is intoxicated with that. Like a person who takes drinks. Or, some people take these drugs. And with the drugs, they try to suppress their mental power. And so that they become free and they'll do anything they like. So that's why, same way, the person who is in divine love, he is also intoxicated. And when he is intoxicated, he becomes matto bhavati. Means matta, he becomes like a madman. So in the earlier verse, in the verse 5, we are thinking that this, no ramate, no kankshati, all that was there, no? But here it is everything do. Here he is saying that you are stabda, you are matta, you are atmaramo, you are enjoying, all that is telling here. Narada says that it is the supreme happiness. The supreme devotion is supreme happiness. That with that, the person becomes intoxicated. Like the man who drinks, he forgets the world. Many people, they drink outside and come back and hit their, torture their wives. Even though they love, next day he'll regret. But in a drunken state, he will also beat the wife. So, yes, that happens in the worldly sense. He becomes intoxicated and he does all the wrong things. But in the spiritual world, it is different. Very few people have access to that spiritual world. I'll tell you a little story. You know Bhagavan Ramakrishna Paramahansa. Once he was having satsang. Then a person, one of his devotees, brought another friend with him. That friend, he was a number one drunkard. He used to drink a lot. But this devotee brought him along to the satsang. So he sat down with the devotee in the satsang hall. By the time Sri Ramakrishna went to Samadhi, and he was in supreme happiness in the Samadhi state. So after a few hours, he came out of the Samadhi and he was very, very happy. So this person, his name was Girish Ghosh. So Girish Ghosh, he is a drunkard person. He doesn't mind, satsang mein kuch bol dega. He told Sri Ramakrishna that, hey, what brand you had? You are really out of the world. What brand you had? So Ramakrishna said, oh, you don't know. I have a special brand. And that is a Kali brand. It's a Kali brand. Because he was devotee of Kali Mata. So, and that brand, if you take, you will remain drunk for the whole day. It's very high amount of intoxication. So, it will free you from this world and you will become very, very happy. And all your defects and side effects are not there. You will remain happy throughout the day if you take that bride. Then that person really got perfect, Then you believe it or not, after few days, that person become a true devotee of Sri Ramakrishna. His name was Girish Ghosh. So Sri Ramakrishna said, everybody is mad in this world. Everybody is mad for Kamini and Kanchana, for the woman and the wealth. Those two are always there. Wherever there is fight, you will see that one of the two will be there, Kamini or Kanchana. Only few love the divine Lord, and only few becomes intoxicated with the love of the Lord. So that's how this Matto Bhavati is intoxication in divine love. And that's how this Girish Ghosh became intoxicated in divine love. He transformed himself from the worldly love into divine love. He became a true devotee of Sri Ramakrishna. It is our lesson to how to transform ourselves from this worldly love for the objects of the world, and develop that intensity of desire for divine love. All of us say that we love, but we mix it. We make a mixture of worldly love as well as the divine love. We love Lord, yes, but at the same time, Bhagavan, mujhe thoda aur paisa de do. So worldly love is like that, Our love is dual. मेरा बेटा को एडमिशन दे दो मेडिकल में, नीट एग्जाम क्लियर किया नहीं, उसको एडमिशन दे दो. So all these things are mixed. Bhagavan said, like we are bargaining with Bhagavan. I give you this much love, I do the puja, and you give me this. So this will not work. You have to be unconditional love for Bhagavan. Nothing I want. I only want Bhagavan for love. And with that love, you become mad. Once you become mad with the love, Matta Bhavati, then you are happy and you dance with each other. We'll stop it here. We'll continue next time. We'll do the Santi Patan. Om.
Swasti Prajabhyam Paripalayam.
All of you please chant. Unmute yourself.
Loka samasta sukhino
Kali vasudha parjannaha prathivi sasasalini desam shogaraitu brahmana santu nirbhaya.